Hey, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, I have Asif from ValentaBPO with us, and I'm so excited to have him here because I think it's a very unique concept and one of the more unique businesses, franchise opportunities in our inventory. So I'm so excited to have you guys learn a little bit more about it today. So Asif, I will pass it on to you in a second, but I know that ValentaBPO, there's kind of three main areas you guys focus on: process optimization, digital transformation, and outsourcing. So can you expand a little bit more on what that means for those of us that are not necessarily technologically savvy and may not know what that means?
From the business process consulting, we have our business is spread into three main businesses. One is the process optimization, the second is digital transformation, and the third is outsourcing. And we have recently included another segment, which is the growth lab. So process consulting is where we go to the client and provide the consulting on the cost optimization, efficiencies, strategy, and the process efficiency. So this is the area on the process consulting. From the digital transformation, now people are talking about the digitalized companies. Now, if you look at from a different business perspective, the company who are not digitalized are really going back in the businesses. So they are not moving forward. They cannot scale up the businesses. So in the digital transformation, we talk about the robotic process automation in the companies, which comes with bot. The bot can work typically like a human, but more than a human, and it can work 24/7 and do processing all your business transactions. Yeah. So one part is the digital transformation is robotic process automation. The second part is the conversational AI, artificial intelligence, where the bot or the super bot can work and convert and start doing a conversation with you. So for example, if you have a website, in the website, you go into, and when you look into that, the website pops up and say, how can I help you? So that's the area where you log into that conversation, and that conversation take you to the right services. So that's the chatbot we work on. So that's part of the conversational AI. The third part of the digital transformation is the document reading, which is basically the cognitive AI. Cognitive AI is the cognitive artificial intelligence, where the bot or the process works on your documentation. It identify all the areas from your document and summarize those documents and give you the summary of those and post all your transactions in the system. And the third part, so that's a two area of our businesses. The third area is the outsourcing. In the outsourcing, typically, the manpower where the company have a pressure on the cost, they can outsource few of the activities to Valenta, and then they can focus on scaling up the business.
The really neat thing about you guys is the fact that you are such a full service business consulting franchise. Like you offer so many different different ways to help companies, every single company out there, really. But somebody listening to this might go, oh, I don't really know about any of that. How am I supposed to help my clients? And the thing that you guys really try to get across is that your franchisees don't need to know, much. They don't need to be experts in any of those areas. They need to know a little bit about it in order to be able to bring in clients and generate those leads. But they don't actually need to actually do the work. Is that right? Can you share a little bit more about how that system
works? Yeah, that's correct. So our franchise model is unique, where the franchise partner works on the business, not in the business. So typically, when we look into the franchise candidate, we look into a different perspective, that the franchise candidate has a sales background, he's passionate to succeed, and he has some C-level executive level work experience, communication skill is good. So those are the criteria we look into the franchise partner.
And you guys have a team of over 400 people, I believe, that actually provides all this work, right?
That's correct. That's correct. So we have a team of 400 people, and the team are typically based in India and the Trinidad and Tobago, in offshore as well, and the inshore. We are scaling up the business, the team also in Canada as well. So so that from the client's perspective, it's easy to connect and easy to make the business success.
That's amazing. And of course, I think one of the other really neat things about you guys is the fact that You guys have a really interesting revenue model because everybody wants to know how much money can I make with this business. And the really neat thing about you guys, again, is the fact that your franchisees can actually have a one-time revenue income as well as a recurring income, which everybody wants. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, our business model, as I mentioned, is unique, where you can have a franchisee partner can have a one-time revenue, periodic revenue, and a recurring revenue. So the one-time revenue is a process consulting, where a typical company invest initially on the process consulting, and then sometime company has to maintain those processes as well as the ongoing support they need. So once we acquire the client, and then we provide the consulting services, and there we identify the gaps. There could be a gaps where you have to provide, the candidate has to, we have to provide the services on a periodic basis. There are the services where we need to provide an ongoing services. So once you lock in the client and provide the services, so the initial investment is the time what you invest on acquisition of the client. And once you have acquired the client, the next step is the business relationship. So when you continue the business relationship and the continuance of the businesses, your revenue will grow. So if you have a one-time the recurring revenue and locked-in period for 12 months for a monthly consulting and the monthly outsourcing, so it means that the franchise partner can earn on a monthly basis his revenue. So he doesn't need to go on every month and pitch the new business. So once you lock in the business, you continue. For example, the staffing. So once you have an accountant or once you have a paralegal or para planner, so the typically what we have seen that the contract generally goes from 12 months to 24 months. So it means that once you have locked in the client, your revenue will continue for 12 to 24 months. This is the one example. The other example is the digital marketing. Typically, company invest a lot of money on the digital marketing. So our model is that we provide a monthly support on the digital marketing. So once you have locked in the client, you will get a monthly revenue, from the digital marketing on a monthly basis.
That's amazing. That's what everybody wants, to do the work one time and then keep getting that money for the next 2 years after. That's
Yes.
fantastic. Okay, one more question for you before I let you go. Of course, everybody wants to know, how is the business doing during the COVID time? Because this is a recession-proof business. So how has COVID impacted your operations?
From our operation point of view, the business is growing day by day, and that is provided because there are two ways. One is the company where they are in the slack time and they want to make sure that their processes and everything they can come up with the good efficiencies, cost optimization. So the people are investing on the cost optimization. Number one. Number two, they are investing on the digital transformation because this is a digital age. Now, if you look at from the overall perspective, in the last 1.5 years, whatever investment has been done worldwide on the digital transformation, they would have not done in 10 years time. So even the small companies are now going live online. So they want their online presence. Even the brick and mortar companies, the businesses, they are coming back. They are looking into the ways where they can advance the customer experience through digital transformation, through innovation. So this is where the business is going up. Our franchising model, when we started in 2015, we have few franchise partners. Now, as we have entered into 2019 and onwards, we have a increase in our franchise businesses, as well as now we are in the worldwide, we are having every month one or two franchise partners coming in. So this is where the business is there from the because if some franchise partner are coming in, they must be looking into the different perspective of their businesses, right? And
Amazing. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here today, Asif. You provided a lot of fantastic information. I really appreciate you taking that time. And for all of you listening, if this is something that you think might be a great opportunity for you, reach out to me. I will ask you some preliminary questions, make sure you're financially qualified, make sure that that you could be a good candidate for BPO. And I will be happy to pass you off to Asif and make that connection. So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
yeah, thank you, everyone.